Activision devs do not play their own game. It's not your dad doesn't support you.
You should know, you worked at a coffee shop, you stupid bitch.
My name is Casey, and absolutely not fucking Tanner, because my parents don't hate me that much.
Hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you moron kids.
Then we'll, of course, get into it. Change your fucking name and get scammed. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. We are live. Welcome, boys and girls, to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 238. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always. What are you drinking there, bud? By Tanner.
Starbies. My S-Bucks.
You got a hot drink in this weather.
It's not hot. Hot drinks don't come in the clear container.
Okay, yeah,
I thought you worked there, you stupid bitch.
I did. Just get a better camera, I guess. I don't know. We're here and we're recording. Welcome to the show, to everyone listening. If you are a new listener...
Big fat stretch.
This is take 2 because I'm editing that part out.
Got it.
If you're a new listener, we have timestamps for the episode, so you can skip ahead to whatever you want. Now, before we get into the episode, and this is going to be an interesting episode today, a lot of speculation. This is going to be a speculative episode. And I'm curious to... We're going to speculate on how that new map's going to be, on how Caldera is going to be. We're going to get speculative this episode. We're going to give you guys the absolute details, of course, but then we're going to see, is it good? Is it not? And we'll get into it. But before we do that, a couple of announcements. First of all, if you're here live, we started the pod late. Tanner had to, I don't know what he had to do. He had to help his dad or something, or he had to go pick something up from Zion. He had forgotten when he was there last.
I'm looking for a dumb TikTok comment right now.
Okay, yeah. Well, Tanner went somewhere. I don't know, but whatever. We started late. But more importantly, on Saturday, we are going to do a Kickin' It Old School ep. Okay, we're going to do a Q&A episode at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Just like old times, that's what we're doing on Saturday. So if you want to be there live, you can be. I'll allow that, obviously. And we're going to answer your guys' questions. So some of that will be Call of Duty related. Some of it won't be. It's been a while since we did a Q&A, so we figured we would do one again. And then by the time next Saturday rolls around, season 4 will be out, and we'll have a lot to talk about there. So that is kind of what is on the absolute agenda for the next couple of days. So now, before we get into this episode, a couple other announcements. We got a new patron.
Cringe,
unacceptable. And once again, I mean, I've said it before, right? And I'll say it again. We can't let this keep happening. We just can't. I know we're all fucking tired of Warzone and we're waiting for Warzone 2 to come out and MW 2 to come out. I get it. I get all of that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be going to patreon.com/thedropshot for 7 fire bonus episodes a month. We make it work, baby. We make it work, and the content is fire as always. Even if you're bored of Warzone, listen the fucking anyway. Listen the fucking anyway. I said it, and I'll say it again. And I'll say it again. So, with that said, welcome to our new gold patron, Corey! Corey C. How do you like the spelling of Corey? C-O-R-E-Y. What are your thoughts on that
Bottom
spelling?
tier.
It's F tier, right?
It's F tier, Corey.
You're complicating the name.
How else is Corey usually spelled? Is it just always just without the E?
I think so.
Are there other spellings of it?
You could put an
Corey's
I if you're
just
a real asshole.
Corey's like the Chad of the 90s. That's what the name Corey used to be. Now you don't hear that name anymore. You really don't. When was the last time you met someone named Corey?
Yeah.
You don't.
Not a real common name
Corys
anymore.
around here. Yeah.
Yeah, that name did fall off.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, I knew people named Corey. Now I just not a single goddamn person. Yeah, so he's old, of course. He's probably 30.
Oh, he's minimum 30, yeah. Old and shit like us. And change your name. Take the E out. But welcome aboard, buddy. Much appreciated. Our new gold patron, Corey. Also, we have an upgrader. Dirty Words is upgraded from gold to platinum. Why would he do something like that? And that's a fair question. Why would someone do something like that? Because they were gold. They listened to the 4 bonus episodes per month. And they said, damn, I want more, dude. Because those were 4 good episodes. How about I get 6 fucking episodes a month and then upgrade to platinum? That's what happened to Dirty Words. So Dirty Words, glad you're enjoying the Patreon. And thanks for the upgrade, dude. Very much appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy those new eps, dude. Those fire new eps. King. You're a god and a Chad. Thank you. And that's it. And that's all. So, patreon.com/thedropshot. Or, we just don't have an episode. I don't know. That bit's old. It's an old bit. We're going to do an episode. Hey, we need it. Don't we? Clearly we need to. Clearly we need to. So that's not going to happen. Yeah. But, thank you guys. Patreon.com/thedropshot. We do 7 bonus episodes per month. We do monthly hangouts. We do other shit as well. You can see the website for details. Once again, patreon.com/thedropshot. Best way to support the show. Speaking of Patreon, we just did an episode. It came out this morning. It was our Damascus only behind the scenes episode. And it was one of our longest Patreon episodes ever.
It must have been the longest, I think.
No. The first 2 episodes we did were like 2 hours each because we didn't know how to make. Remember we did the favorite maps, our top 10 Call of Duty maps, and it took fucking 8 hours. Yeah. Those 2, our first 2 eps were like our longest. But besides that, this is top 3, I think. Definitely our longest behind the scenes episode. It was fun. We're getting some positive feedback on the Damascus Patreon behind the scenes bonus episode. What were your thoughts on that episode, Tanner?
Oh man, there was a lot to talk about. Maybe a potential new sponsorship coming up that we got into.
Yep.
Re-signing with. Guess it doesn't matter. Guess we can just say that, right?
It's Manscaped. Yeah, we can.
Manscaped. We talked about re-signing with Manscaped for a long period of time, longer than normal.
Yeah.
Tournament. There will probably be one last tournament on. I was going to say Caldera, but it won't end up being Caldera because everyone will vote for Rebirth. So it'll probably be Rebirth or the new map, maybe. This new map is in customs. We could fuck around and do a little tournament on that. We'll have to see. We'll get into it. But we kind of covered how we'll base the upcoming tournament probably. And just some IRL shit. That was fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just went on for a long time. Hour and 40 minutes or something, I think.
Kept going and going. Yeah.
It was fun.
Gone. It was fun. Yeah, we talked about a lot. A lot happened behind the scenes this month. And then I was talking about kind of my move too and how that's going. So if you're into
more bitches wherever you move.
Say again?
Hopefully there's more bitches wherever you move.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think any amount of bitches was going to matter.
Actually,
for me.
There's plenty here. You just can't get any. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to start with leaving my house. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you guys are content creators or are interested in kind of, I don't know, podcasting, the business side, that comes up a lot in the behind the scenes episodes. And then also we talk about, our plans for the podcast in general too, community plans, things we're thinking of doing. And we often use it kind of as a sounding board. So we'll throw out ideas. And if we get a bunch of positive feedback, we'll probably push forward with that. And then if we get a bunch of negative, we don't. Both of those things I believe has happened. I can't think of any examples, but we use that for that purpose as well. So if you want to like influence even how the podcast continues on its journey, that's a good thing to get into and listen to. So yeah, that was a really fun episode, and that is now live for you Damascus boys and girls. And if you upgrade or sign up, you You get access to all of them instantly. So something to consider. Now on to my favorite segment of an episode, the dumbest TikTok comment of the day.
Except it's a tweet this time. We're
This
going
time
with the
it's a
dumbest tweet.
which is acceptable. Our favorite
More than
comment
acceptable.
on a short form video that we put somewhere.
Probably ever. Yeah.
So this is
Why don't-
a comment. Tanner,
Why don't you
has-
take it away? Because it was directed at you.
Okay, sure.
You want to take this one away?
This is directed at me. Was this in response to? Okay, so we made a tweet with a video about the aim assist thing, and it went absolutely fucking viral. Upward of 40,000 views on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, by the way, at the Dropshot Pod if you want to see more viral fucking tweets. Or don't follow us and you'll see it anyway because it went viral. But you should follow us. And there was a lot of, again, it got like 40,000 views. There was a lot of talk on that, a lot of comments. And
Yeah.
someone linked a video of a Reddit, someone linked a video and said, look at how OP this aim assist is. And he was like being sarcastic because I opened the video and this guy who's on controller missing every single shot with a pistol. And and also, you know what? Should we pull up the video, Tanner? We're pulling up the video. I don't care. Fuck you.
Pulling it up?
I have to pull up this video because it is just a shocking example.
Here, I can find it before you. I got it.
Okay, link it.
You want it in chat? Want me to post it in chat?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's in chat.
Yeah, put it in chat. Okay, thank you. All right, so let me see. So I watched this video, and I want to see if you guys can figure out my first thought that I had. So links this, and he says some dumb shit. I don't know. Okay, here's the video. Let me go full screen. Okay, so we're watching a video, some guy on controller on Rebirth. He lands, he has a pistol. He's meleeing the air. He's shooting. He's missing every single bullet.
Oh,
And then he
man.
just continues missing. And then he gets like his first shot. And then he gets a second. And then he can't even
man.
melee the guy. So this is where I stopped watching. The rest of the video doesn't matter. What is now a pop quiz for anyone in chat? What's interesting about that video? Because I noticed it immediately.
Aim assist is obviously off. It never once did anything. His aim did not do anything other than where he aimed it. Not once. It didn't pull in any direction, anytime ever in that whole clip.
That is correct. So in this video where someone replied, look at this OP aim assist, obviously trying to be sarcastic and imply that aim assist isn't that strong, he then links a video of some guy who doesn't have aim assist on. So I said, that guy literally doesn't, and the person who linked the video obviously didn't realize that this person doesn't have aim assist on. This is the caliber of person we're talking about, who doesn't, I don't even play on controller and I instantly recognized, oh, this person doesn't have aim assist. This is not the video to link for your comment. So then I reply, okay, well, that guy literally has aim assist off, but go off, I guess, or whatever. And then he replied with Tanner's selection for dumbest TikTok comment of the day. Quote, the point is, Mr. Razzle Dazzle. Okay. Correlation does not imply causation. Okay. So, okay. Console players are better up close because the controller gives better close range movement. I could probably count on one hand how many times aim assist has helped me win a gunfight. On one hand. In over 3,700 Warzone matches. Wow. That's a lot of Warzone matches for you to have gotten helped by aim assist 5 times or fewer. It's almost so crazy that I simply don't believe it. Or you have aim assist off like the video you linked, which is entirely possible, and which is why you're this confused. What are your thoughts on that, Tom?
I've seen a lot of dumb things when it comes to tweets, other things in the COD community, statements. This is definitely like a top 3, top 5, just dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say. This is crazy. This was genuinely crazy. Could probably count on one hand how many times aim assist has helped me win a gunfight in over 3,700 matches. This is one of those things, again, like we've talked about with the past comments where people are like, the audio's fine, I can hear people fine. And then we look up that guy's COD tracker. Someone looked it up and sent it to us, and he was like a 0.5 KD, which is fine, but stop pretending like you know everything.
Right.
When you're below average in the video game. Well,
Clearly.
below average.
Clearly. So, I
So
don't need to know this person's stats.
yeah, no, this is
already
very obvious to me. I would guess this person's below a 0.3, honest to God, probably.
I don't think it's that low.
It would have to be.
Possible.
How else can you be this ridiculous?
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't
the
know.
dumbest thing I've ever read. Yeah, this is. I mean, an average controller player should know every gunfight they win, it helped them win it. Because you wouldn't be able to hit anything without aim assist. That's what we've always said. Of course you need aim assist.
Yeah, and you
Controller's
should have it.
impossible without it. Yeah.
Right.
But
And you don't.
I
play
mean,
better
to
with
think
it all
less
the time.
less than 5 times it's won you a gunfight and almost 4,000 Warzone matches. I could plug in a
Maybe he
controller
just
right
never
now.
Wins maybe he's also only won 5 gunfights ever.
He's won 5.
So then it's
yeah, that could be
100%
it.
of his gunfights. Aim assist has helped him win. That's
Yeah.
maybe that would explain it, right? That would make sense.
Yeah, I could plug in a controller right now, drop in a rebirth, get 5 kills, and I could probably guarantee, every single one of those kills I wouldn't have got if aim assist was turned off. It's just an insane thing to say.
It's insane.
Just an insane thing to say.
By the way, I played Vanguard Customs a couple months ago, with a controller for the whole time. Maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. And I was just playing on controller. It was my first time in 10, 15 years. And I was doing terribly. But I still got a number of kills. And I would laugh sometimes because there were kills where I was like, oh, this was all aim assist. I know Vanguard isn't exactly the same as Warzone, but it's similar enough. And I can tell you right now, in 1 3-hour play session, which takes a little less long than doing 3,700 Warzone matches, by the way, I could not count on one hand how many gunfights I won because of aim assist. I couldn't even do it on 2 because it was more than that. So this person's out of their goddamn mind. And they went on to say, what Pat Kelly said controller does better than K-Bam up close, but he didn't mention aim assist. And my contention as this commenter is that the reason controller outperforms K-Bam up close is because they can move better since they have 360-degree movement with the thumbstick, not because of aim assist. And since Pat Kelly didn't literally say it's because of aim assist, I can make this argument and not be flouting the data that Pat Kelly has provided, which is technically true. But if you think that reason for that discrepancy is because of your joystick allowing you to move more precisely up close and not because of aim assist, then oops, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're saying. And this is the most insane, preposterous argument I have ever had the displeasure of reading on Twitter. And by the way, 40,000 views. This is the single solitary person who made this argument. The only one. No one else was saying.
It was so far-fetched, it never even came to mind.
It never occurred to me. Yeah, it never occurred to me. It's creative. It's a creative angle.
Yeah. So shout out to that guy. Some of the most insane things we've ever read.
It's going to be hard to top that one ever, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top that one ever. So, I don't know. And we said it when we made that when we did that podcast, we said, look, this is literally data, but people are going to argue with it anyway somehow. And now we are starting to see that. So.
And if they want to argue, that's fantastic, actually.
Engagement.
Then yeah, better engagement for sure.
Yeah, so thanks for that comment. And yeah, I stopped replying at some point. I think this was when I stopped replying. Or maybe I said one more thing and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to argue this point. If you already think this, then I'll never convince you. I'm not wasting my time. So I was just like, okay, have fun. And then you got baited into it. I think Ox got baited into it. So, I mean,
into what?
Into reply.
I didn't get baited. I knew I was going to talk to him. And part of the reason was because there had been like no comments on the video in a day, and the guy had commented. And I was thinking, yeah, we need to try to keep this rolling, because the more people that comment are talking, the more it's going to, maybe be recommended into people's feed. It didn't work, though. It never came up.
Yeah. Well, either way. So there you go. There's the dumbest TikTok comment of the day, and it happened to be on Twitter. Last announcement I want to get into this episode. Nicole Horrific, who does things on the internet, helped us out a lot with our SEO. We talked about this more in the Damascus Behind the Scenes episode, but again, publicly, I'd just like to say thanks to Nicole Horrific. Shout out to Nicole Horrific, Stacy, Goddess, etc. For the help. It was easy,
yes.
And it is already working. And
we're already millionaires almost, aren't we?
And well, we got 2 new patrons, so you tell me. And
yeah,
and we appreciate it. So thank you, Nicole. And here, let me say this as well. Here's another PSA. If you're a professional related to something we're doing, and we're doing a really easy to fix thing wrong, tell us, and we'll fix it. That doesn't mean like, hey, you can give us feedback all you want, but don't be like, oh, I'm a professional. I don't know. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Professional public speaker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
You're saying and all too much. I know.
Yeah.
I work on it.
Shut the fuck up.
But it's hard. Okay. Anyway. So that's it. Thanks, Nicole. Any other announcements, Tanner?
No.
If you're listening for the jingle, here it is.
I think I'm gonna go pee out of my little micro penis. I'll be right back.
Cool, man. Have fun doing that.
Find it.
If I can find it, what an idiot. All right. Welcome, boys and girls. We got a lot to talk about today. Nothing really is live yet, but a lot on season 4 that we're going to get into, and we're going to pretty much dive into every single fucking detail, and a lot of info has dropped, so let's get into that. Before we do, quickly, playlist updates. Raven Software tweeted weekly Warzone playlist. It's all dog shit. Rebirth Payload, which is actually really good mode for leveling guns. So if you need to level guns, Rebirth Payload's like the best one. You don't have to buy a loadout. You spawn with it, and it's super close range. You'll instantly see people, and you respawn. This is probably the best mode for leveling up guns. Period. You can instantly get in gunfights, and you don't have to buy a loadie. So you can level shit up super easily on this mode. So there's a little PSA, another little PSA for you. Rebirth Blood Money Quads, I don't care. Champion of Caldera is gone. Okay. Plunder Quads is gone. And then the BR shit is staying the same. Solos, Duos, Trios, Quads. Rebirth, Resurgence, Solos, Duos, Trios, Quads. So that's the playlist update. Biggest thing there, again, is Rebirth Payload. If you need to level anything up, that is what I would recommend. Absolutely no patch notes in the past week. So now we're going to dive right in to Season 4. We have here the roadmap, which has come out. This is the roadmap for Mercenaries of Fortune, Season 4, Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone. This comes out June 22nd. In addition to this image, we got a blog post with a ton of details and info that we're going to get into. But quickly, we can kind of touch on everything before we get into the details with this here roadmap. So we'll start on the right side with Vanguard, because we're going to work our way up to the exciting things. New maps in Vanguard, Desolation, which I think is like an original. So that's cool. And that's going to be in the season.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
trying to figure out what
Texas,
that is.
1945. This is a map that was in Call of Duty World War II. I don't know if it was a remake at that time. I don't know when this map originally came out. Do you?
I think it was original in World War II. I think.
Maybe. Have you ever played it before? Probably not, right?
No, I didn't play World War II until late.
That map is fucking good. USS Texas in World War II was a really good, really fun map. It's a good fucking solid map. So now that I'll never play Vanguard again, I'm really glad they added it, which is just fucking awesome. So shout out to Sledgehammer for that.
It was an original map in World War II.
Okay, got it. Yeah, Sledgehammer can make good maps. There were some pretty fucking good maps in World War II. And that was
they did a great job with the maps.
Oh, yeah, that was one of them. That's a really fun map. So if you still play Vanguard multi, you should be excited about that. That's really good. And then Desolation, I'm almost certain is going to be an original.
Yeah, it looks like it's on a beach. Looks like a little, like, I don't know, little mansion on the beach, little beach house or something. Looks like maybe a little resort.
The northwest coast of Caldera.
I was thinking that. It almost looks like part of Caldera, but it won't be. It'll just give you those vibes, it appears. But yeah, it looks like a cool map. Yeah. That little image.
Should be fun. Blueprint gun game, don't care. Round-based zombies we're getting, which is pretty crazy.
Fucking nuts.
I believe Tanner and I are on record from a Patreon episode the last time we played Vanguard Zombies, saying we will not play it again unless there is a monumental change to how zombies works. And this constitutes a monumental change to how zombies works. Therefore, Tanner and I will be playing a round-based zombies game. We may or may not fuck around and stream it. And we will be doing a Patreon episode on this 100%.
Yeah, so I'm actually excited for this.
Yeah,
I genuinely am.
Yeah, it's going to be on Shino Numa, which supposedly is a remake of a popular good zombies map. Is that correct?
Shino Numa's already in Vanguard. Remember when we were on that one map that you play where you like teleport and then you get to Shino Numa and we were trying to figure out how to, because there were like zip lines and shit that like, oh, you should be able to like take these, right? And then it would just never let us, and we would try all these things and be like, oh, maybe we have to play 5 rounds of it, and it would never lead anywhere. You were just stuck in that one section. But isn't that Shino Numa?
Maybe.
That's like the starting part of it.
Yeah,
I'm almost positive it is.
Okay.
So that's why that's what it is.
Okay.
But it is going to be open and you can get out further this time. And there's more info in the blog post. We'll go over in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But I am also excited to try it. There's going to be a new quest. I don't care. New story intel. That's the worst thing because they talk entirely too long.
Yes.
If you play a single fucking round of zombies, it'll take you longer than listening to our podcast. I mean, that's how much they talk. It's insane.
Yeah.
Way too much dialogue. And then a new wonder weapon quest, which implies there's a new wonder weapon. That weapon in the image does not look like anything I've fucking seen before. So that's good as well.
Correct. It's a new wonder weapon. It looks almost like a minigun, but it appears it's firing some sort of like
arc, like
electro
arc.
pulse or some shit. Yeah.
So
it's something for sure.
Also excited for this, but I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty bad, probably, but I am excited for it anyway. Do you think it's going to be fun, Tanner? Because that's what we all want, right? Fun. We want a video game to be fun. Do you think this video game will be fun?
I feel like we're getting the round base map, but they're going to leave something else out of it. Or like one of the big issues with Vanguard Zombies is the zombies you fight are very annoying to fight. There's one, we've talked about it a lot. You like start shooting it, you do 10% of the damage shoot, it disappears and spawns somewhere else after a few seconds, like 10, 20 feet away. So they're not difficult to defeat. It just takes 5 minutes fighting the same zombie, and it will spawn fucking 10 of those at the same time. There's nothing more frustrating I've ever fought in Call of Duty Zombies ever.
True.
As bad as those are to fight. So if like those are in this, then it's automatically chalked horrendous for me. Right there. That's enough to ruin it. And I'm sure it will be.
Oh, 100%.
That's what's unfortunate. Like if it's like normal zombies, and then I think this can have the potential to be pretty fun, but I just know it's going to be ruined from something like that probably.
Yeah. So we'll let you guys know for sure, but we will be playing that. I'm excited because it's either going to be fun or such a disaster that the episode will be fun. So yeah, it's a win-win for me, to be honest. I'm going to enjoy it either way. But yeah, we'll for sure.
Yeah.
We will
And
absolutely
if it's fun,
for sure see how that goes.
some of the most fun gameplay streams we've ever done are like afternoon drinking Cold War zombie streams.
Exactly.
Drinking some claws. So it could be fun. I hope it's I hope it's a good time.
Yeah, I hope so too, but we will of course see. So all right, so next here on here, weapon operators and more. New operators, 3 new operators. So I can tell you the storyline for one of them. They're going to try to stop Osama bin Laden from like following through with his plot to dismantle the United States government by sending jet planes into the Twin Towers. Now you might be thinking, but wait, Raz, Osama bin Laden wasn't even born yet. Well, they don't care about that, as we've demonstrated. So there's going to be some crazy shit. And maybe they'll explain how these people can time travel and stop and cross borders that don't exist yet in the zombies plot, because God knows there's enough time for them to explain any kind of thing they want. So maybe they'll explain how these people are time traveling and doing good things in the future. And then that is what one of these operators is going to be doing. You heard it here first. So cool. New operators, new bundles I'm not reading, and then new weapons. So we have a push dagger in season, which I think is going to be like a what's it called? Holy shit. Ballistic knife. That's the impression I get from that. Because otherwise it's just another knife, which is possible.
Which there's tons of just knives. I think that's what it is, honestly.
It kind of looks like it's not a projectile, right? Yeah, maybe not. I don't care either way. It doesn't matter. And then now onto the real new weapons. So at the launch of the season, we're getting the Marco 5, which appears to be an SMG. And
it's kind of like a MAC-10, similar to that.
Like an old ass MAC-10. It does, actually.
An OG MAC-10.
Yeah, and then an LMG called the UGM-8, which is an LMG. And then in the season, we're going to be getting a weapon called the Vargo S. Pretty sure that's going to be an AR. Looks like a little shit AR.
It's the Vargo.
S.
It's literally the Vargo. It looks like the Cold War Vargo.
I don't know if they think of a new name.
I don't know if they forgot that the Vargo's in the game or what, but it's like it looks like the Cold War Vargo.
Yep.
I don't understand this one.
Yep.
Little odd.
Very weird. It's going to be meta,
but cool.
That's the new meta.
It's an AR. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and that'll be in the season.
Well, we'll wait till we talk about the LMG, and then we'll.
So anyway,
maybe the new meta.
Now on to Warzone.
As usual, though, I'm very excited to read all the backstories for our new operators. Looks like at least 2 of them are white pieces of shit, white males. So their backstory is going to be like he just raped and murdered an entire village.
Correct. Yeah.
He's a horrible person. He should be killed.
Yeah.
He's just the worst in the world. So I'm excited to read those.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll definitely get into those next week.
We will absolutely be getting. Yeah, he helped install Vladimir Putin.
Probably,
as the head of Russia.
He voted for Donald Trump. Yeah,
he voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, who is also not born yet. All right, now Warzone. New modes. Okay, Fortune's Keep, Resurgence. What is that? We'll get into it. It's Resurgence.
What is that?
Golden Plunder. I don't know what that is, and I am not even going to tell you guys about it. I don't care. Titanium Trials Endurance.
Whoa.
Wow.
I did not see that.
I'm interested in what that means. So that's obviously going to be Iron Trials on steroids. Titanium Trials Endurance. A new Warzone mode. So that will be interesting if we get details today or when we get details in the future. And then in the season, we're going to get Rebirth of the Dead, which is probably going to be their Halloween event? No.
Well, no. We're months away from that, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't know what the fuck that could be.
Titanium Trials? That you're talking about?
Zombies coming... No. Rebirth of the Dead. Zombies coming to Rebirth, maybe?
Ooh, possible.
I don't know what that is. It's a mode, though, so...
It's definitely
it'll be some
mode.
sort of LTM. Huh. It'll be probably something stupid.
So new features, cash extraction, probably for plunder, I don't care. The EMP grenade, which is interesting. Black market run, probably for plunder, don't care. ATMs.
That's for the new map.
ATMs, which are going to be interesting, and we'll get into that. And then in season, we're going to be getting 2 other items. A portable redeploy balloon, which is a cool idea, which is a really cool idea.
That's amazing.
And an armored SUV with a turret on it, because of course. And we'll get into that as well. So we also have a Caldera update. They're adding Storage Town from Verdansk. Verdansk coming back, Pog.
Yeah.
So we'll get more into that as well. Micro POIs.
Yeah.
Okay. Mercenary vaults. Okay. And reduced vegetation. So we're not going to talk too much about these yet because we have a lot of details to share on all of that. But there's a little sneak preview. And then we are getting a new Resurgence map, which is crazy, called Fortune's Keep. Wow. Fortune's Keep, dude. So again, we have more details on this as well. We will show you what the map looks like and what it entails. It is a new map for Resurgence. And just like Rebirth Island, that occasionally has actual BR on it, there will probably occasionally be BR modes on Fortune's Keep. It won't be right away, though. So we are getting a new a new Resurgence map, which I am seeing on the TL a lot of conflicting opinions. This is a very polarizing map from the looks of it. I'm seeing a lot of people very excited and a lot of people saying this is Camper's Keep. What are your thoughts on it? Just real brief, real initial thoughts. You think it's going to be a camper's paradise? You think it's going to be dog shit? What do you think? Real brief.
I think visually it looks like a really, really cool map. That's what I think. It's so hard to gauge how these will play. All I know is everyone bitching about how this is going to be a camper's paradise probably love Verdansk, where everyone sat in buildings, and I always think that's hilarious.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree. It's maybe full of campers, but hey, Verdansk was the same way, buddy. Everyone just sat in a building. I mean, what are you talking about? And you love that map, right?
Exactly.
Idiots.
Yeah. So we'll get more into the details on that, but there's a little preview of the roadmap, and now we're going to get into the absolute blog post. So here we go. I don't know why it opened at the fucking bottom of the page, but here it is.
Yeah, mine did
Mercenaries
that too.
of Fortune, the 4th season, deploys on June 22nd. So, let's see. Do I need to enter my date of birth?
No.
Okay.
It seems to show everything.
Yeah. Okay, so it's launching on June 22nd. Talked about a lot of this shit. Warzone overview. So, let's see.
Start right above Warzone overview. That's where it's like the dates and times.
Okay, this major update will be live in both games on June 22nd. Players should expect an update to Vanguard at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the 21st, and a Warzone update at 9 a.m. Pacific on the 22nd. So that's usually how it goes. You can preload Vanguards a day early, but you won't be able to like play any of the new content until June 22nd at probably 10 a.m. Pacific or 9 a.m. Pacific, actually, as soon as the update is done.
Sometimes there's like something that's in, like the new maps may be in, but it's like the new guns won't be. It's always weird. Like something comes in from the new season at that time, but most of it doesn't.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's always
most
odd.
of the shit won't be. So yeah. So yeah, we're getting the new map. We're also going to get a new contract. So armored SUV, new contract, and more. New tools, objectives, and feature updates to Warzone will add new strats to consider for your squad's personal meta. Don't say your squad's personal meta, by the way. There's no such thing. So there you go. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Fortune's Keep, Rebirth Island, and Caldera coexist, all for free via regular weekly playlist rotation. So Rebirth Island is not going anywhere. They're not getting rid of it. They're just adding Fortune's Keep as another option. So we can play Rebirth and or Fortune's Keep and or Caldera.
Yeah.
This is going to limit how many playlists there are every week on Rebirth, though.
Almost
certainly.
I wonder how that's going to work, because so they say that they're going to coexist and they'll feature regularly or weekly playlist rotations, do you think like 1 week will only have Rebirth and not Fortune's Keep, and like the next week the opposite? Or do you think 1 week it'll be like Rebirth only solos and duos, and then Fortune's Keep like trios or quads? Like, what do you...
I think it's going to behave that way just because they said all 3 maps coexist. It would be weird for them to be rotating the maps.
Agreed. Okay, that's what I was assuming. But also, when they announced Fortune's Keep a few days ago, everyone in the world thought Rebirth was going away. And all these like big accounts were tweeting like Rebirth is most likely leaving Warzone and being replaced by this map. And that info started coming out when I was on my trip and didn't have service really. And I was like, why the fuck does everyone think Rebirth is leaving? I was like, these people are out of their mind to think Raven Activision would take out Rebirth. There's more people play that than Caldera. They would literally take out Caldera before Rebirth, I feel. It'd just be such a dumb thing to remove it entirely. And I can't believe everyone got baited and was like, Rebirth's going away. No, it's not. Stop being dumb. They just did an overhaul for the map. It's not fucking going anywhere. And it's so popular. That was so weird to me. So I'm glad to see they all are still going to coexist.
Yeah, which is cool. And so obviously it's good for this game. But like everything now, I view every update to Warzone through the lens of primarily, what does this mean for Warzone 2 and MW 2? And now we know that Activision's willing to have 2 maps for the same mode live at the same time.
Verdansk confirmed?
No.
Coming back?
Stop.
No.
So potentially what that could mean is like a year after Warzone 2 comes out, we have 2 big maps that are both playable. Maybe. I wouldn't be terribly surprised by that. More likely than that even is when Warzone 2 comes out, they're going to have another little shit island. And then later on, they're going to release another little shit island. And they'll all be playable. That's good. I like that. I like giving your players choices. And that's a cool thing. But the most interesting thing to me, again, is this does introduce the possibility and perhaps implies that Activision would be willing to have 2 even of the large scale mode maps playable at the same time for Warzone 2. It will not be happening for this game, obviously. But maybe a year after Warzone 2 comes out, they release a new map, but you can play both. What are your thoughts on that? You think I'm bugging? Do you think that's a...
Black helicopters.
Or do you think it's possible?
I think it's possible, yeah. I feel like at this point, after seeing they're releasing another map, that Warzone 2 will launch with
a little tiny
with 2
island.
maps. I just feel I don't know. It's also weird we're getting this map so late if we're really getting Warzone 2 like before. Well, we are getting Warzone 2 this year, so it's like, are they really going to drop this new map and then it not be playable going forward? You know. My thought was almost like, I wonder if this little map is somehow going to be in the new Warzone map or something. Like, because there's a lot of bodies of water. There's little like islands and shit. Maybe this is one of them that's like a little peninsula or something. I'm not sure. I just find it hard to believe they would spend all this time developing a map that will have less than 6 months of playtime. Like literally, like actually, no exaggeration, less than 6 months of playtime before it gets nuked and run to Warzone 2. So that's making me lean towards Warzone will be launching with more than 1 map.
And Fortune's Keep is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be onto something.
I don't know. It's just... And it seems like a pretty detailed map that it'd be... I mean, there's more detail, way more detail in this map than Rebirth Island. I just can't believe they would spend a bunch of time designing this for it to not be playable.
I think you might be right, dude. And I had the same thought when I saw the like little island POI that's going to be on Fortune's Keep, which we'll get into. Because it's like surrounded by water. And I was like, this looks like a Warzone 2 thing. Now, obviously, in this game, the water's shallow. But one thing they could do, which I find pretty likely, honestly, I think Tanner's onto something, is Warzone 2 comes out, and then maybe on launch of it, or maybe with Season 1, or Season 2 or some shit, they re-release this map on the Warzone 2 client, and with some alterations. So the water that's there is deeper. Or the outskirts of the island that you can't jump in now, obviously, you can jump into it up to like 50 meters out. So like you can swim in the water around the island in Warzone 2, where you can't now.
Yeah.
And like make some little changes, but that way they don't have to spend a bunch of time redesigning a new map. They just have to like re-implement a map into their new engine, which I find very possible, because it is incredibly weird for them to go through all the effort of releasing a new map for 6 months. That's weird. That's fucking weird.
Something else I keep like kind of forgetting and ignoring though too is Warzone will still be playable. So also they could just be, know, they won't be doing much to Warzone 1 once Warzone 2 comes out. So maybe now they're thinking, let's get all the content in there we can. We have 3 maps going forward. We'll never design another Warzone map again. It could just be that too. That's something. I mean, most of the player base will move on to Warzone 2 no matter what, even if it's a worse game. People will just move on.
I'm people.
So yeah, same here. So I think having the most content possible will be good for Warzone 1 to keep people who want to play it. They can keep playing it. There's more stuff to do.
It's a good point
so
too.
It could just be that.
That's a good point too. I totally forgot about that as well. Yeah. I'm so in the mindset of as soon as Warzone 2 comes out, I'm uninstalling this shit. I'm purging my PC of Warzone, that I forgot like some other people are gonna, who should be institutionalized, are gonna keep playing Warzone. So yeah, maybe you might be right. But all right, let's get into some details on Fortune's Keep. So prepare for the ultimate score. Fight fellow ops and mercs on a luxurious and timeless island where the amount of danger and action is second only to its riches. K.
Cringe.
A mercenary hideout built atop an otherwise peaceful town with a rich history, Fortune's Keep is a completely original Resurgence map created by High Moon Studios. It is roughly the same size as Rebirth Island and features 4 distinct POIs, the first of which is called Town. So on screen here, we're looking at Town, which is a map, or a POI on the map. Here we can see it. And it looks very colorful, very pretty. There is a street, some little shit cars. There's a bell tower. There's some flat rooftops. Looks
every
fun
single
as
one of
fuck
these
to
rooftops
fight here.
you'll be able to get onto.
Correct.
By the way,
100%. 100%.
I feel like this map has a lot of little detail that we've never seen, like the shit growing on the bell tower around the roofs of these buildings. A lot of detail with like vegetation stuff. Like I said, very pretty looking map. It like gives me the vibes of Capital and Resort and Caldera, like which are really cool looking. Mm-hmm. Cute little areas, and this definitely reminds me of that. Big fan of how it looks.
Yeah, I agree. It looks pretty. And it also looks fun to fight in. This area looks like a fun place to fight, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I like it a lot. And the building we're looking at here is 2 stories. There's one 3-story building that in the distance there are taller ones, but like in this area, there's the bell tower, and then there's like 2 and 3-story buildings. They're not super tall, which you wouldn't expect anyway on a map like this. But yeah, that's it looks cool. And then they describe it. I don't care. Smuggler's Cove. This is what we were referring to. Here's another POI on the island. And this is like a little, again, shit little like island. It looks like the kids of Peter Pan built like a treehouse around some island. Like, it's really poorly constructed, and there's literally like planks of 4x4 fucking wood just nailed to each other and shit, and some dog shit shacks. And it's surrounded by what I can only assume is like, ankle high water. And it is beyond that, outside of the water, a bunch of, there's like little cliffs that are taller than the island itself. So being in this island is not going to be the best spot to be, because every single person around you has elevation on you, and you have no cover running through the water either. Also,
that's what I was going to say. This will be the worst, most dangerous POI on the map because it's the lowest.
Correct. It's the lowest, and there's no cover if you wanted to get off of it. So it looks pretty, looks cool. But this is one of those things where I said, like, if they brought this to Warzone 2, they could just make all this water deep.
Yeah.
And then it would be, like, different, you know?
True. This also says, legend has it pirates from centuries ago used the island to hide their treasures. True to its name, it's loaded with supplies, including gas masks that could be helpful in case of circle collapse. So I wonder if that area will actually have better or higher
this
amount
might be
of
like a high
loot or
value
something.
loot zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see high value loot zones on this map too, because we don't have those on Rebirth. We do have them on Caldera. So who knows? But that's interesting. Yeah, again, a lot of detail in these pictures. Like you were saying, in this one little shack, there's like beams that are nailed like at an angle across two windows that, you know, they're like boarding up windows and shit. A lot of detail that we've never seen in Verdansk, on Caldera, or on Rebirth. Like lot of little detail like that.
True. Good point. Yeah.
It's cute. Really
Every
cute. They
building
did it
in
really
Verdansk
well.
was exactly the same texture, just like copy and pasted, but these are like unique in some small ways.
A lot of unique buildings. Yeah.
That give it
so I
some
like
character.
that. That's cute.
Yeah. So it's cute, but don't go here.
Oh no, of course not.
Next, and this is the hot button POI. Keep.
Whoa.
Keep. So this is like a giant fucking castle that the Mercs took over and made it their little base of operations. This is basically the new prison. It's going to be the POI. It's like the biggest structure. It's the tallest. There's another bell tower here, or clock tower. I don't know, maybe both. And it is interesting. Looks
gorgeous
fine.
Looking building.
And we're going to get more into the details on why this is fundamentally different than prison, but it is very similar in a lot of ways to like what prison is now on Rebirth. What are your thoughts on this POI?
Will be worse to fight in than prison. Because this is multi-level from what it seems. I'm guessing this 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6 levels this building has.
Yeah, it do be a tall building.
It looks awkward to fight at. One thing I keep thinking about this map in general is snapshots will be so good on this map.
True.
The whole map, the whole island is buildings, basically. Throwing one snap at Keep in the middle of Keep will highlight anyone in that massive building there, I feel. Mm-hmm. So at least it's not just like a flat roof like prison that's in the middle of the map that you can take control of. You can obviously get on these roofs, I'm sure, but a lot of different elevation gains and whatnot, which actually maybe worse, even more head glitches. I don't know. Another really cute POI though.
Yeah, it's cute.
It looks
good.
Fantastic. One thing I keep noticing, these cars are entirely too small. Why do they look so small?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. They're tiny. Yeah, they took all this detail with the fucking map itself, and then there are 2 car models in the entire... On every screenshot is this dumb blue one or this dumb orange one. These are the same car. The exact same car.
It is, yeah.
We gotta stop.
I went back to the first fit. Yeah, they got 2 cars on the island. There's a different car coming up.
Okay, well, let's get to the new car coming up. Okay, sure. Next POI here is called Winery. And this is...
gorgeous.
Pretty open. It's pretty. Yeah. It's a winery. It's a little vineyard. There is a building, and then like outside of it, there's like grass and shit. And this is like the most open area, at least of the POIs we've seen thus far. And again, if you're like picking grapes, you're in a really bad spot because someone in this building has elevation and cover on you and will fuck your ass. So this is going to be another dangerous area to be around, but it doesn't look like there's much reason to be here anyway, because there's no buildings, means no loot. So I don't know. It looks pretty though.
The actual winery building is large.
Yeah, the building.
Large.
The building for sure. I mean, outside, like literally in the field and like by the
true
vines.
It definitely is open, and it sounds like I don't have the map pulled up here, but I think all around that area, that's on the eastern side of the map. The other areas, winery is actually taller than the areas too. It's north, south, and east, I believe. There's other POIs and wineries even taller than those. So,
okay.
Still fighting in those open areas on winery seems like you'd be at an advantage over people at the other POIs. Sure. There's a whole... Yeah, I'm going to put this in here so we have this. I'm just gonna post. There's the actual image of the whole map too. I just
Is that somewhere on this
put that in the
roadmap? Because I
notes.
wanted to get
No,
into it.
it's not.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll look at that in a second. But yeah, that's winery. And then that's it. So yeah, now we're gonna take a look at the map itself. So let's see. Okay. So is there? God damn you! I want to see this. I want to full screen this. How do
Okay,
I
I'll
full
get it.
screen
Hold on.
man? I gotta full screen it. So yeah, we also have like a satellite image of this map, and
Posting it right below. There we go.
and now that
me
we've
make sure that works.
seen the
That's good.
major POIs, we can take a look at the map from a, top-down view. Here is Fortune's Keep. Here's the new map. So this is roughly the same size as Rebirth Island. And we can notice all these POIs we just talked about. Here's the winery, obviously. Here is Smuggler's Cove. So there's nothing to the south of you, which makes it less dangerous, but still not worth going to. At least you don't have
That
to
is
worry about
true.
your south. So there's
not any
something.
major POIs right above it.
That's true.
Like Control Center looks down to its west to like the ship down there.
Yep.
And it's a named POI, so more people land. They're like, there are buildings and shit up above this, but because there's no named large POI right above it, there's less likely for people
That's a
to go
good
there
point.
and land there.
Which is actually a fair point.
There is
yeah.
that building, though, right up to the direct east, which looks like it just straight up overlooks it. So that could be a little toughie right there.
Yeah, yeah. So here's town on the west side of the map. Nothing
Looks
further
huge.
west than town. Big POI, yeah. And then here's Keep on the north central tip. Now, a couple observations. First of all, this map is a lot more contiguous than Rebirth Island. Meaning, for example, there's no such thing as security area anymore, which is good. No POI here is so out of the way and also low elevation like security area that you should never go there. That doesn't exist on this map, which means we're actually able to use more of the real estate, unlike Rebirth Island where you just don't go security ever because it's dumb to go there. So I like that feature of this map. Second and most important feature of this map, as I said, Keep is the new prison. It's the big fucking tall building that is going to be like where you'll have a distinct advantage if you control it. Unlike Rebirth Island, Keep is not dead fucking center of the map, able to look 360 degrees in a circle and have elevation on everyone on the map.
And you can't
Because
sit
there
in it
is
for like 3
nothing-
zones.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's nothing to the north of Keep. So Keep is still going to be a very strong position. It will not be as good as Prison. It will not be as advantageous of a position as Prison was. And I really like that feature as well. I think Prison Rooftop is just so insane because it's dead center and taller than everything else. And Keep is not that, which I really like. So overall, from the looks of it, this map looks awesome, and I'm very excited to try it.
It looks so much fun to play. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
what are your thoughts on this absolute set?
I think like what you're saying, the only thing you can kind of compare to security area is going to be like Bay, but look at it. Bay is going to be like dig site. It's a POU. There's no buildings. There's not going to be anything to loot.
So, POU, yeah.
Exactly. Security area, there is a reason to like land there actually, because there is a lot of loot. You just kind of get farmed and it's difficult to rotate up if you're forced to, which is almost always. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any of those areas. Like you said, good point about Keep being up on the northern side. It is in the middle of the map, but it's like up north instead of Prison being directly in the middle. Like Prison Roof, you can hold, like, no exaggeration, three circles, 4 circles sometimes.
Actually,
maybe.
yeah.
Keep could actually be out of the circle within like zone 1, and it could be basically town and then like just the edge of Keep still in. So yeah, very difficult to gauge how maps will play.
True.
I think this is more geared for like fans of Verdansk though, basically, because all of these buildings, it's a massive difference from Caldera. They also mentioned it being roughly the same size. J-God and like some other people were looking at it and trying to figure out, and they're like, it seems actually quite a bit bigger than Rebirth, but I don't know what they ended up coming to the conclusion on that. But just judging from like the overhead view, doesn't it seem a lot bigger than Rebirth? Like the size of town, the size of keep, based on that screenshot we saw, this seems like it's going to be a lot bigger. It's difficult to gauge, but I like that thought too. I know a lot of people are thinking maybe it's a little bit bigger. We're going to get like 60 players or something.
I think it's because it's more like squished together. Because like Rebirth's more like stretched. It's like thinner and longer. So that makes it like feel and look smaller. Whereas this map is like more circular. So even though it's probably about the same size, it maybe feels bigger for that reason. Because it's less narrow. Maybe that's why. But I don't get the impression that it's like that much bigger now.
Really? No. Based on like town and how big it looked from the screenshot and looking at the overhead, it looks like so much bigger to me. I don't know.
It's also probably because we're unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you go back to that town POI, look, like you can see how far Keep is. And Keep is not that far. In the top left. This is Keep.
I guess, that's true.
It's not that far at all. Like there's the gatehouse right there. You go up the street and you're like at the gatehouse. Yeah,
that is very close, like actually.
10 seconds. So,
yeah, you're right. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be at the same size. That kind of sucks because I was hoping we'd get like something in between Rebirth and Caldera and get like 60 players or something. Thought that could be interesting change of pace, but it seems we won't.
Yeah. Because actually,
looks like a really pretty map. Very excited to play it. I'm actually most excited to play this out of anything with this season. I think this is what I want to play first, is try this new map out. Absolutely. Even though it's Resurgence, whatever. I'd rather play that than Mini Royale, so I'm fine with it.
It looks to me like it's going to play better than Rebirth does. Because I don't like how skinny Rebirth is either. It makes rotating really hard. Like
Seems like it could...
No, you're good. Another thing about this, because it's wider, because it's less thin, you can rotate more easily. Like if I'm in Winery and I have to go west, right? On Rebirth, it's like I would only have like that much of a narrow band. So I could go like this way, straight, or that way. But on this map, it's like you can loop far around if you need to, in a way that you can't on Rebirth because it's so skinny. So I like this map. I think it's going to play better. I think it's going to play better than Rebirth, honestly.
I kind of get the vibes that it'll feel more like a BR map than Rebirth does. Because Rebirth, you can go top prison, jump off, and be anywhere. Judging from this, you can't do that anywhere on the map. You can't jump off somewhere on Keep and land at the far edge of town or something. From what I can see, maybe you can. It's hard to tell from the screenshots. But Rebirth is just... It feels nothing like a BR, and it's not. It's Resurgence. So maybe this will kind of give you the feeling of a Battle Royale map, but still be Resurgence and keep those players happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But excellent looking map in terms of the artwork and design. Really cool. Very pleased with that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I agree. And there's something to be said for that, I think. It's not that important, but it's better than it looking like dog shit. So I'll take it. And the visibility looks good too, by the way. It's sunny out. Everything's colorful. I'll see people as well as I can on this engine. So I am very much looking forward to this. And I'm with you. This is the thing I'm most excited for with Season 4. This is what Timmy Timmons should have been getting hyped about on the TL, not Season 3. Season 4 is the thing he should have been wiling about. But instead he was telling tall tales on the TL. And Ted Timmons needs to stop doing that.
Yeah.
For dog shit
Ted Timmy Timmons.
So yeah, that looks great. And I'm very, very much looking forward to that. All right. Now, on to some more details here on this absolute blog post. Let's see. Fortune's Keep, a new home for Resurgence BR matches. We'll have two major features that could define the most effective tactics available, in parentheses meta, for victory. Why did you put meta in parentheses there? I don't understand. Real weird thing to add. Black market run contract. So a new contract, which I believe is going to be exclusive to Fortune's Keep. That's what I'm getting the impression of. Yeah. Get your hands on off-market loot by accepting the new black market run contract, challenging you to reach the black market buy station before the timer expires. Spend cash on items not available at normal buys or as ground loot, such as the sequencer grenade, the Nebula 5 minigun, Foresight, which gives you every single circle that's going to be in that game, a specialist bonus, or one of several classified weapons. I wonder what classified weapon means. The 10 attachments.
It's probably just weapon blueprints with,
yeah, dumb.
Something like that.
Imagine getting scammed by getting some shitty Carve 2 with 18 attachments instead of like a fucking specialist. I'd be so mad.
What the fuck is the sequencer grenade?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that the EMP grenade?
Maybe. No, probably not. Maybe. I don't know. We'll get in. Let's see. Let's see if we can find out.
Doesn't say.
So there's a new contract. It's a supply run, but you get insane gear for it, which seems like a you can buy gear for it from it. You don't get anything. Okay, that makes it more balanced. That's a good contract to do. I wonder if you have access to that buy for the rest of the game once you've done the contract.
Oh, yeah, I thought it dropped something. I was about to say this is the best contract ever put in Warzone.
No, yeah,
okay,
that's right, yeah.
So you still have to buy it. Yeah, so it's like this totally depends on the prices. If specialist bonus is 10,000, then this is insane. If specialist bonus is 25,000, then this contract doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. So yeah, we'll keep you guys apprised on that. We don't really have any more details right now. Cash extraction. Okay, so that's just like plunder cash extraction, the helicopter thing you call in. I don't care. New Caldera POI Storage Town. Wow. We are getting Storage Town in Caldera. So here is a look at that image here. This is Storage Town on Caldera. So it's going to be like the old Storage Town, except it looks a little different, and it's obviously on a different map. So let's see what they have to say about it. Raven is bringing back a memorable piece of Warzone history as part of a large overhaul of the main Caldera map. Okay, Storage Town is being added in between mines, airfield, village, and dig site. Okay, so let me see here. So here's the
It's like the northwest
map.
Side of the map.
So mines, Caldera. Wait, where's mines on this map? Okay, mines.
E.
Airfield, yeah. Airfield. Dig site is like west. And what was the other one? Village? Yeah, so it's going to be like right here.
Yeah, it's going to be like in the D area. So I think it'll be probably a little bit southwest of mines slightly, and then just like straight north of airfield.
I agree. Yeah. So
cool.
Okay, so that's a spot for it. It's kind of a good spot for it because mines doesn't have elevation on wherever Storage Town's getting added, which is good. Because if you had a bunch of elevation on Storage Town that close, you would get fucked on really hard. So that's a pretty good spot for it. And there's nothing going on there anyway. Okay. It will be roughly as vets remember it. Sparta Caldera Storage Town will be near steep cliffs in the middle of the island. This additional verticality will add a twist to this fan favorite POI, making it a more viable rotation spot when traveling between the map's western section. What are your thoughts on adding Storage Town and adding it to this part of the map specifically?
I think it's a good spot. I think we could use more POIs in Caldera in general. I'm not like freaking out over it like some people are. Some people are basically like thinking this is Verdansk coming back or something absurd. It's like, it's a little POI. You won't even go there most games.
Yeah.
More than anything, it's like, hopefully that becomes the OG Storage Town for like plunder or whatever to level up weapons. That'd be the most beneficial thing for that POI, honestly, more than just having it on the main Caldera BR map. But yeah, more stuff on Caldera, the better, instead of just, trees and bushes. So I think it's a great thing in general.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have too much to add to that. It should be fine. There was nothing going on there anyway, so it's cool that there's another POI.
It does have a water tower though. The old one didn't have any sort of tower like in the middle of it, or maybe this is on the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did have the building above, like that roof you could get on by Storage Town, by like the swimming pool.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess that'd be kind of the most similar thing to it, but
yeah, this one's closer than that was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
we'll see.
Maybe
We'll
we'll
see
sit
how
up
that
there and
plays.
fuck kids' asses down there. But at the end of the day,
No
yeah,
one's
it's not
gonna
like
be
the
up
whole
there.
lobby's going to be landing there. Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. So new Caldera updates and features. A severe drought hit Caldera, causing rivers to dry up. As Merc's, yeah, there's a drought in more ways than one. As Merc forces add camps around the island, there are also new items and a vehicle coming to Caldera, which would shake up modes like Plunder. Over a dozen POI changes. Once this update launches, expect cleared sight lines across numerous areas on the island, partially due to small camps cropping up from outside the resort to the runway. That will be interesting. I'm curious what constitutes a camp.
Few buildings. There's screenshots of them, I think, somewhere in
Okay,
this.
yeah, so we'll get more into that. Additional
Maybe not.
pathways, including scaffolding across multiple Capitol buildings. That's an interesting addition. And steps near the gondola station. Gondola station? What's the gondola station?
By Peak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Will be opened up to allow for more movement options around the island. Okay, I like that. More movement, especially on these vertical areas like by the gondola station, is pretty good. Across Caldera, rumors of Merc vaults are beginning to crop up. So these are going to be these dumb bunkers where you enter the code and you get $500 billion. That's almost certainly what this means. Expect to
Or they'll
find
just
these
be open
scattered
already.
around the island. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe
We'll see.
not.
Ready for a deep dive? Come back to the blog next week for a guide to both maps.
Nope,
So,
don't need your guide.
By the way, do not come back for the guide. We're also getting an armored SUV.
Oh, there's the gondola in the background. See that? How there's like that little that platform there.
Yeah.
So the gondola used to just be the base all the way up to Peak. It was just on the wire going all the way up.
I see.
Now there's like some stops that are towers that are part of the gondola. So basically you
That
could
you could
jump
probably
off the
climb
gondola and then be on like a tower. That's pretty good for holding
That is
probably.
good. I like that. I like that addition. Yeah. Here's a picture also of the new armored SUV. This is coming in the season, I believe. It's an SUV. It's like the Jeep, except it's armored.
It's a truck, really. Let's stop calling it an SUV. I mean, it's obviously a truck. That's a truck bed, right? It's not an SUV.
And there's a turret. There's a mounted turret on it. So
King Raven. They'll drive Priuses. They don't know.
So yeah. Yeah. So okay. So there's a new SUV. To get where you're going fast, activate the SUV's Nitro Boost to enjoy instant acceleration for a limited time.
Oh, God.
That is something. That's going to be cute. This isn't going to really matter much, but that's kind of funny. And I wonder if they had nitrous oxide boosts in vehicles in the 40s.
It's not the 40s anymore. When you load into
on
Caldera,
Caldera,
it says
it's
it's
not,
2022.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So that's weird. I wonder if they're going to add nitro boost to any other vehicles.
So I was
It's
just gonna
weird to
say.
keep it on just this random
Yeah, it is.
vehicle, right?
Like you said, it really doesn't matter. It's just kind of weird they'd only put it on that one. So that
Yeah.
one's armored and it has armored, a turret, and nitro boost. Nice,
Yeah,
man.
that's a cute little vehicle.
That's the best
dude.
vehicle, yeah. Does that thing
Yeah.
got a winch on it? It may have a winch on the
It
front of
seems
that.
like it only fits 3 people, though. A turret, a driver, and a passenger. So that's something to consider as well. You could maybe like crouch in the back as a 4th, like a Bertha. I'm not sure though. But we'll let
Yeah.
you guys know. This isn't going to
Doesn't
matter
yeah,
that
it
much.
doesn't say. It just says dedicated rooftop turret and room for operators to use their own loadout
Oh
weapons.
yeah, maybe it is room for 4
So
then.
it sounds 4.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. ATMs as well. Get rich quick by searching out ATMs in Plunder game modes. Okay.
Okay, doesn't matter.
EMP grenade. Disable vehicles and disrupt enemy players and AI using the EMP grenade. So this is different than that other grenade, the scatter brain or whatever the fuck it was called. Sequencer. This is a different item.
Yeah, okay.
Disable vehicles and disrupt enemy players and AI using the EMP grenade, which is just a thing they're adding to test it for Warzone 2, obviously. A non-lethal tool that explodes in a short-lived AoE. Affected players are stripped of their HUD, while vehicles are momentarily powered down. This is going to be exactly the same as the EMP effect from the Halloween event that zombies could do. It's that, except you can throw it instead of having to shout. What are your thoughts on adding an EMP grenade? And also, is this going to be a new tactical like you can run in a loadout? Or is it going
That's
to
what
be
it sounds
something you
like.
can pick up only?
Sounds like something you can probably run in a loadout. So is it maybe everyone just gets it at the launch of the season? I don't know.
Would you ever run this?
Or would it be like something you pick up like a field upgrade?
You would never run this.
Of course
right?
I wouldn't run this, no.
Yeah.
The only thing I care about from this is it says disrupt enemy players and AI.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
That's
Good
the
catch.
only thing I care about
Good
this.
catch.
There's no AI currently on Caldera,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So is that confirming they're coming back in some way? Maybe they're going to be down in these mercenary vaults.
Yep. I bet
There'll
you're
be
right.
AI or something.
I bet you're right. I bet that's where they'll be.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, if this is something, I mean, I'm never going to take this over snapshots or stuns or flash grenades or stims, probably.
Yeah, it doesn't do enough.
Depends how long it lasts. If I can throw it at a team and their optics don't work for 30 seconds, then sure.
Yeah.
That could be good. But
Sure.
I mean, realistically, it'll scatter their HUD or whatever for 3-5 seconds, I would imagine.
Yeah. So there you go. Golden Plunder LTM. Mercenaries of Fortune event. So let's see what this is. Prove your skills in the Mercs of Fortune event, featuring 8 challenges that test your mettle on Caldera and Fortune's Keep. Get rewards like new weapon camos, reticle, dog shit. Complete all 8 challenges to earn the coveted gold skin for the armored SUV. Ride around in this thing, and there will be no
so I'll never
mistaking
have
you
that.
for a common Merc. What the fuck is this, though? Mercenaries of Fortune event. Oh, 8 challenges. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, okay, this doesn't matter either. So, it's going to be one of those things they do every season. So, there you go. Next year, Warzone Rebirth Island, The Terminal List on Prime Video. Coming out July 1st. It's a new series. Isn't this the guy from the Parks and Rec? Looks like him, right?
Chris Pratt?
Yeah. Is it?
It fucking looks that way.
It
Yeah,
looks
that is
like him,
Chris
huh?
Pratt.
Oh, Chris
What the
Pratt.
hell
There's
is
his name
this?
right there. His name is there. Chris Pratt.
I didn't read this.
It is Chris Pratt. Okay, let's read about it. Wait, what?
Just read it.
Okay, the Terminal List Tournament. Australia, New Zealand, and Japan based competitive event.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, so it's a tournament hosted on Prime Video, and Chris Pratt is gonna be playing in it in real life. I don't understand why the fuck Chris Pratt is here.
Yeah?
Let me keep reading.
Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, and Chris Pratt. And it's on Amazon Prime Video. Never mind. I have more questions now. I'm just more confused.
Keep will share time with Rebirth Island during Mercenaries of Fortune. As top events like the Terminal List, Warzone Rebirth Island Tournament are set to showcase the world's best Warzone talent. On July 2nd, AEST. Did they say a time zone without saying the time? Oh, that makes sense because Australia is like
AEST.
19 hours difference. See 10 of the best teams from Australia, New Zealand, and Japan battle in a quads invitational tourney on Rebirth Island. Why don't you do it on your new map? It's dumb. With the best team winning the largest share of a 20,000 Australian dollar prize pool. So probably like $20, yeah. Thanks to the Terminal List series on Prime Video from July 1st. Catch all the action on COD's official Twitch channel. Okay, so it seems like there's going to be a new TV show called The Terminal List, which has nothing to do with Call of Duty, but it's going to be an action show that is streamed on Prime Video. And to advertise and get publicity for their TV show, they are offering a $20,000 prize pool for an unrelated tournament called the Warzone Rebirth Island Tournament. That's what this is.
That whole little section there, everything was worded horribly.
Awful. Terrible wording. I agree.
Thanks to the Terminal List series on Prime Video from July 1.
Yeah.
Does that sentence make a lick of sense?
It's
Thanks
not
to the
best
Terminal List
writing
series
they've done.
on Prime Video from July 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So cool.
This show looks dope, by the way. Holy shit. Former Navy SEAL officer investigates why his entire platoon was ambushed during a high-stakes covert mission. This looks really good. I'm excited to watch this.
Chris Pratt's in it. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll suck his I'll give him a cum checkpoint.
July 1st. 8 episodes in season 1. Nice. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
Yeah,
that
Chris Pratt's a
sucker,
great
so.
looking guy. Holy shit. Man, he's good looking. Wow.
More on the horizon, the mid-season update. There are strange rumors concerning an undead surge and the ultimate test for ops coming online.
Stop saying ops.
In addition to Titanium Trials Endurance, an updated version of the highly competitive Iron Trials, expect plenty of Warzone content to keep you busy throughout Mercenaries of Fortune.
I'll be the judge of that.
We will, in fact, be the judges of that. Also, be on the lookout for patch notes to come from Raven, which will detail all the changes, including weapon rebalancing and other feature additions. Let's see. Rebirth Island. For operators wishing to drop into the island, contact appears to have been temporarily lost at that theater of combat. However, expect reestablishment of communications and access shortly after. So basically, when Season 4 comes out, you can't play Rebirth for like a week, probably. And you'll be able to play Fortune's Keep instead.
And don't forget, let me check the Trello what the dates were. There's some event going on in Rebirth, remember?
No.
And that goes, so June 20th to 22nd. So next Monday to Wednesday. Something, the Rebirth Island playlist, when you look on the Trello board, there's like, they're whited out basically. So it's some sort of mode coming that's not a normal mode. So maybe it's probably some sort of little LTM that's then going to lead into switching to Fortune's Keep or something,
or whatever,
or it's that Rebirth Dead thing already. I'm not sure, but that would be before the season starts, so I doubt
it won't be that. Yeah. So there you go.
So I don't know, something is happening Monday in Rebirth.
So that's all for Warzone. Tanner, overall impressions on season 4 for Warzone.
Spicy. One thing we kind of ignored and didn't really talk about is the fact that they said they're reducing bushes. We didn't talk about that really, did we? We just read over that.
It hasn't come up yet.
It did.
It came up. That's what I said. So can you read us the source material on that? What do you have to say about the bushes on
50% less vegetation and better visibility is what COD says. And new micro POI. So I think from what I saw on Twitter, I don't remember who posted it, but someone looked like the map side by side, and it looks like there's like 15 little micro POIs, which most of them are about, it's like 4 buildings, maybe 4 little shacks essentially. And there's like 15 or so of those spread out through the map. So that's actually pretty big, because a lot of these open areas, that gives you somewhere to hopefully get to cover and just more areas to fight other than random fighting out in the middle of trees and stuff. So that's cool. And the 50% less vegetation is interesting. I read this update and I was like, holy shit, that's huge. I read it as soon as I woke up. My brain wasn't really working. I was tired still.
Still isn't.
And then I sat there in bed looking at my phone and I'm like, like I read this, I'm like, oh, this sounds fantastic. And then I'm like, you know what? This may not be better. I don't know if this would make the map any better. If anything, this may make it worse at this point.
It's hard to say, right?
It's very difficult to say.
And what's the reason for that?
The sightlines. The sightlines are already insane. Like, you know, if you start getting shot at and you're in the middle of nowhere, what do? You lay prone a lot of times and you try to plate up or something using bushes as cover. If you have just zero cover, the trees are tiny on Caldera. We've talked about that. You can't stand behind a tree and someone not have an angle at you. They'll have an angle on your foot, something. They'll always be able to shoot you somewhere.
And if there's 2, then
even if you're
no
directly
hope.
Behind it. Yeah. I mean, they can take 2 steps to their right if they don't have an angle on you, and they'd get one. Because there's zero cover behind those trees. So I don't know if this is going to make the map any better. I'm actually a little worried about this. I think this could make it worse, getting beamed from even further away. One thing I would say,
Scout worse too.
That's what I was thinking. On paper, it sounds like Combat Scout won't be as good because that's the main use. I mean, Combat Scout is obviously amazing for shooting through these buildings and stuff too. So it'll still be really good. But in a lot of these fights where you track people through bushes because of Combat Scout, it's not going to be as like busted for that. So that is interesting. I had that same thought too. Like, oh, may even be worth going back to Amped, possibly. Probably not still, but that's an interesting thing we'll have to test out.
Probably not, but maybe, yeah.
And I'll talk about this while we're here. So I saw Ted reply to someone on Twitter. Some random person said, I honestly don't think the reduction of vegetation is good because if someone get high ground, they can see people from across the map. True, even further than you could before. And so Ted replied with this, which of course doesn't make sense. Yes, this is a concern from us too, which is why we made the changes to the sniper meta earlier in Season 3, all leading up to the Season 4 master plan.
He isn't even talking about snipers. The guy.
That's when I'm like, how are you correlating snipers and bushes? Like, what? It's just insane, right?
The tall tales
we have
of
ARs.
Timmy Timmons
We
on
have
the
ARs
TL,
with
man.
a 6x scope that you can shoot people from 300 meters away. What the fuck do snipers have to do with it at all?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just an insane thought, an insane thing to say. And again, these are the people in charge of Warzone making the decisions.
Correct.
Doesn't make any fucking sense at all. So I don't know. I don't think this vegetation reduction, if they reduced the vegetation and there was like a lot more buildings, more POIs, less elevation, then I think it'd be excellent.
There will be more micro
I mean,
POIs.
there will be more POIs. Yes, that's
the little
definitely true.
camps too.
Those are the micro POIs, the little camps.
Yeah, which is what I said. Yeah, go on.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the elevation still is the major issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know how all those are going to play together. Regardless, this isn't going to make the map that much better. If anything, I have a feeling that if anything, it would make it worse than it would better. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I share your concerns. I do agree with you. I think Combat Scout got worse, but it's still going to be the best perk to run on this map.
Yeah.
Because the only other thing I'd run is amped, and I just don't feel like I need that weapon swap speed most of the time anyway. So Combat Scout's still going to be the best, even with fewer bushes, probably. 50% is a lot. I feel like we start with like 20% and see how it goes and then keep sliding that scale down if I'm Raven, but 50% is not the end of the world. I think that sounds like it's going to be more drastic than it actually will be. I feel like in reality, in most situations where you're getting shot in the open and there are bushes, I think you're dead there and you're also dead with 50% fewer. I think most of the time, if you were going to die without bushes, you were probably going to die with them anyway. I think that's going to be the case most of the time. I don't think this is going to matter that much, honestly. Another thing too, 50% less vegetation. Is everyone going to have better performance now? Maybe. I don't know. And I don't know by how much, but there's another little consideration. Maybe get a few more frames. That could be good.
I just thought of something. I wonder if they're throwing trees in as vegetation. I'm thinking just bushes. Does this mean trees and bushes?
No, I think they just mean bushes, yeah.
Okay, because the little emoji they use when they said that is a palm tree.
Huh.
Because I've said that a lot since Caldera came out, too, is like...
Caldera needs the trees, I think.
There are a shitload of trees. And you don't really realize that. But also, yeah, if you're on an even higher elevation and the trees are gone, then you can just look down even easier and farm people.
It needs
so it probably does need the trees, yeah.
You need some more cover. Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I think it'll probably be fun. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal one way or the other. If it makes the map worse, it'll be slightly worse. If it makes it better, it'll make it slightly better. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think adding the micro POIs is going to be a lot more impactful than fewer bushes, to be honest with you. But we'll see how it plays. 50% fewer bushes is also a lot of bushes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong. But we'll see and we'll let you guys know. But yeah. So my overall impressions of the Warzone Season 4 update that we have coming. Fucking excellent. We're getting a new map. That's why it's excellent. That's actually the only reason. But it's a big one. That's going to be really fun. And also it looks like it's a better version of Rebirth Island. So not only is it just a lot of new content, it's a new play space, which is really good. And Warzone really needs something that big to keep it fresh for me and a lot of people. So this is going to bring me back for a while, probably. Especially with how fun it looks like it's going to be to play here. So I'm very excited about that. And that's like the biggest by far thing that I really like about these changes. I don't think the new contract matters. I don't think the new vehicle matters. I don't think the what else? The new weapons are going to matter that much. I don't think really anything else happened with this update besides that new map. I do also like, though, however, micro POIs is a cool thing to do. and updates to existing POIs as well. This is what I had been saying, Tanner and I both, in Verdansk. Instead of waiting 8 months to do a giant change to the entire map, every season make a couple little fuck changes like this. So this is really cool for Caldera as well. So I'm very excited for this season for those reasons alone. And I cannot wait to play on Fortune's Keep. It looks fun. And it looks pretty.
Yeah, it really is just giving me more BR vibes than Rebirth. It's like you think of Rebirth and you think of multiplayer Resurgence, uninteresting, boring quickly. Fortune's Keep is giving me strong BR vibes, even though it's Resurgence. So I think that'll be very fun to play. It'll be very interesting to learn a whole new map, learn the strategy on that map. Maybe how the perk meta changes or the tactical meta changes, stuff like that. It'll be fun. I'm excited too for the portable redeploy balloons. That'll be very interesting. That's huge too for
I wonder how
if you're trying to rotate. Yeah, if you're trying to rotate in Caldera and you're kind of stuck somewhere and the gas is getting close to you, you can throw that sucker down and fucking balloon in. There's a lot of utility in those. Using them late game even, that could be interesting to maybe make an interesting rotation or something as the gas starts pulling one of the final circles. I don't know.
I also wonder if they're going to be as powerful. I wonder if you get a portable redeploy balloon on Caldera, if it will function like an existing redeploy balloon on Rebirth. Because a portable redeploy balloon that you can full balloon is really good. Yeah. That's insanely good.
Maybe it will be more of a Rebirth style one.
Yeah.
If it's portable, I would think it's smaller than the large.
It would have to be, right?
The main ones. Yeah, it's like, how am I going to pull that? Is it going to be like a airdrop type thing, I wonder?
Ooh, probably, right?
If it's like an airdrop and you throw something and then it drops it, and then it's like a platform. I think that would be fine.
I think it needs to do... I think that would balance it. Because that's a really good field upgrade.
Because then you would... Yeah, then you could see people doing it from far away, too.
You get 5 seconds to prepare, and see the smoke.
Also may show up on the map, so I don't know. But yeah, regardless, Caldera is getting a lot of updates too with all these. The micro POIs is the biggest thing. That's bigger than Storage Town, bigger than the vegetation changes.
I barely care,
and bigger than the vaults. Micro POIs can really change up the maps, the map, and where you fight, how you rotate. A lot of things can happen with that, so I'm very excited. Yeah, season looks excellent. Fortune's Keep, great looking map on paper. Very excited to get my hands on it.
Indeed. So now we're moving on to Vanguard. So we're not going to spend quite as much time on Vanguard because no one gives a fuck. But we will talk about
basically the guns and shit.
The interesting things here. So Shino Numa brings back classic round-based zombies. USS Texas, Blueprint, don't care. Zombies. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're getting a new quest. We're getting a new wonder weapon. You get a calling card for completing the quest. Watch for hidden secrets in the form of multiple side quests. This is cool if you're an actual zombies player, and I'm happy for you guys. Fast travel and classic traps. Tactically reposition yourself from the undead fast using Shino Numa's zipline system. And when the horde is nipping too close to your heels, run them through the flogger. What? Or your electroshock defenses. Oh, so they're like traps you can buy and use. Something called a flogger, which is interesting. That's cool. Yeah. So that's cool. Okay. And yeah, not much else to say on zombies. They didn't provide many more details than we already have. So again, I'm excited. That'll be cool. USS Texas is coming in at launch. And then in season, we're getting Desolation. Deploy to a Pacific listening post in this small to mid-sized map. Okay, like that. Set in a dense village littered with destruction.
Okay.
Yeah. So littered. I don't like the word littered for my multiplayer maps. Or for my
smoke and fire shooter. In the background.
Yeah.
God, Sledgehammer loves fucking fire everywhere, don't they?
Yeah. I'd love
they have an arsonist working there.
Their offices, yeah. In game, obviously. What were you saying? Sorry?
I mean, they have an arsonist working there, definitely. A few of them.
Yeah, for sure. Look at this operator skin, by the way. The fucking
orange op.
Yeah, the pyro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, someone has a thing for fire at Sledgehammer. They should. Hopefully, they're going to therapy for that because they're going to be burning something down soon.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So there's a new map coming. Cool. Blueprint gun game. I don't care. New rank season and rewards. These are dope.
Excellent.
fucking blueprints, dude. See
That
these blueprints?
MP40 may be the best looking blueprint I've seen in Vanguard.
And you guys,
It's
can
so
even,
simple and awesome.
maybe you can
though.
see in the screenshot. It says ranked play on the blueprint on the weapon.
That's really cool.
On both of them. That's fucking dope, dude. Yeah, this is cool. This is the kind of shit ranked play needs. That's very cool. I wonder how high you have to get that blueprint.
Winning 100 matches. Okay, yeah, no, we're never doing that.
Never mind then. That's easy. It's too free.
Yeah.
This would be cool as like a pretty exclusive one. Or they could have like a different one for like top 500 it says on there and it's a different color and like scheme. That'd be fucking dope. But yeah, there's a new ranked play season, so that's cool. And then yeah. So they talk a little bit about the new weapons here. So let's get into it. Marco 5 at launch. A high mobility SMG accurate from the hip. Ooh! Let's fucking go, dude. A K-BAM gun? Oh yeah, baby. Accurate from the hip. That is exactly what I need. With
I knew you'd be happy about that.
Excellent close range stopping power. High mobility, accurate from the hip, dude. I am fucking... This is meta if you're on a keyboard and mouse, dude. For the highly mobile, aggressive player, there are few better options than rushing into battle with the Marco 5. It's great for pushing objectives, as its high mobility allows you to run circles around the enemy while they struggle to get a bead on your position K.
Well, statistically, that's not true.
Considering its relatively noticeable recoil and damage fall-off at long distance, the Marco 5 is best when fired from the hip at closer ranges. Okay, so not only is it good at hip fire, but it's ideal at hip fire. This is my gun. They made it for me. They should call this the Razinon 1. And also, more importantly, I don't recall ever getting a gun in Warzone that was described as being best from the hip. Can you?
No.
That is, wow. That's something, dude. As the first, it gets crazier. As the first sub in Vanguard to feature the akimbo proficiency, you'll soon wonder why you needed to ADS in the first place.
They made this for you.
Oh, this is my gun, dude. Sign me right the fuck up. Insta, dude. Holy shit. Akimbo hipfire submachine guns.
Oh my God.
Is gonna go bonkers, dude. So here's my prediction for the Marco 5. It's gonna come out. In Akimbo, it's gonna have the fastest time to kill ever in Warzone. It's gonna get nerfed, and it's gonna be dog shit. And then I'm gonna be sad. But I'll have fun for a week. That's my prediction on this gun. What are your thoughts on this weapon?
I think it'll probably be better without Akimbo, I would imagine.
I think they're going to nerf Akimbo, and then it's going to be still a good hipfire gun, but not Akimbo. That's my prediction. That's my real prediction.
I don't like using Akimbo guns anyways. I don't want to have to use Akimbo, and I feel like it's only going to be good within like 5 meters anyways, so I don't know. I hope it has Gung Ho. Gung Ho with an excellent, ideal hipfire gun.
Is that a proficiency, or is that a...
I don't know. I'll never know.
Two.
I don't even
Yeah,
know I don't even know if kit or proficiency is on the top or bottom. I don't know.
Dude, if it has Gung Ho, that's a great question.
Dude, Gung Ho plus Akimbo,
that
imagine.
would be goated with the sauce, yeah.
Yeah.
That would make it
I don't know.
It
sounds very fun. Definitely sounds fun to use. High mobility, excellent hip fire. I'm excited to use this. Very excited. And it does look like just Vanguard's version of the MAC-10 pretty much.
Yeah, correct.
It's giving me like OTS 9 vibes, but hip fire. Highly mobile, aggressive player.
Yeah.
Great for pushing objectives. And it's like an insane gun up close.
Without attachments, it doesn't have a barrel. It just...
Yeah, look at that sucker. Probably has so much recoil, they forgot to put the barrel on it, man.
Yeah, it comes straight out of the fucking, I don't know what that's called, the housing unit. Whatever.
The housing unit, yeah, we'll go with that.
That's what.
Cool.
That's what we call them in the teams. Also,
Okay.
UGM-8 at launch is another gun. High fire rate mobile. That's interesting. LMG that excels at creating suppressing fire and pushing enemy positions.
Don't say that.
Who says an LMG has to slow you down? Combining high mobility with a high fire rate. This is going to be fucking insane. I already know. The UGM-8 is ideal for players looking to keep pace with their teammates while offering suppressive fire. This thing chews through ammo, so be prepared to feed it. Okay.
Just kept feeding them.
Boost your ammo capacity with one of several different mag options or grab... Okay. And then some terrible advice. This is going to be really fucking good. High mobility, which negates the downside of using an LMG, potentially. And high fire rate, which is exactly what you want on your long-range primary in Warzone, means this is probably going to be pretty fucking good, depending on how much recoil it has. What are your thoughts on this weapon, Tanner?
That's what I thought. So when I looked at these new weapons, this was the one that I'm like, ooh, this sounds like it could be the meta gun that we get here.
It seems like it will be.
I'm more worried about this than the SMG, really. Just because like the Bren was meta for so long too, and they did like nothing to it for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like they don't think much about LMGs if they're broken and overpowered and it takes a long time to fix them. This kind of gives me like Finn vibes, just highly mobile, which the Finn is not. Insane fire rate, possibly really fast time to kill. I think this could be a little broken. This image, though, it looks like it has like a small mag. It's hard to tell what's going on there.
Yeah, that image, it has a box mag of 5 rounds. I don't know what's going on there.
The mag must be on the other side of the gun and you just don't see it. But even then, you can tell it's like not super chunky and big. It's an LMG in Vanguard. It will have like 100 or 200 round drum option. Don't get me wrong. But
for sure.
This could be something where maybe there's like a cal down 75 round mag, something like that. That's really fucking meta. That has 0 recoil. If it's a high fire rate and mobile LMG, that could be an insane combo. So be on the lookout for that. Your UGM-8, that could be the nutty one, I think.
Yeah. So I agree. I think that this thing's going to be busted. Push dagger. Okay. So yeah, it's not gonna shoot. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then the Vargo S in season. An essential armament for versatile play, this workhorse AR offers a high fire rate, steady aim through sustained fire, which I suspect means low recoil, and a quick reload. They're listening to the podcast. They're actually thinking about things they used to not think about. And that's before adding any of its attachments. That's all I have to say about it. This gun's probably going to be fun. But you know what? This is going to be like the Nikita, where it's just not that good. That's my guess, honestly. I don't think this gun's going to be that good. Because it's kind of like the Vanguard M13, which is not going to be good. It would have been a good sniper support gun if people sniped anymore. That's my guess about what this gun will be.
That is true.
So...
That is very true, actually.
Yeah, I don't have much to really say on this, honestly.
Yeah, we'll cover that when it comes out. That won't be for like 3 or 4 weeks anyways, but it looks like the Cold War Vargo. So
it looks exactly the same, yeah, so cool. New operators, I don't care.
Hold on, it talks about them. Let's see if there's anything good.
Oh, yeah, let me read through these real quick. Okay, so he got his face injured. That could have happened.
That one's boring.
So got it.
Forget that one.
Callum Hendry.
I knew it. Here we go. Huh? White piece of shit. Read it. Read the first sentence. Mick.
All his life, Callum was a show-off, getting into trouble with his neighbors, the law, everyone.
They hate white people, dude.
Goddamn white people, man. I hate them too. His unwavering spirit helped him quickly ascend the ranks. He's a Protestant. Of the British Army to eventually become a recruit trainer. You know what? World War II might have been before the Irish conflict shit. I don't know. I'm not a good Irishman. In World War II, Callum, harboring deep hatred for Nazis and their ideals, fought hard for a future without them. Okay. And then Ikenna Aloe.
Oh, this will be the good one. Here we go.
So this is a Pacific Islander of some type, I'm guessing. He's got the Pacific Islander tats.
Read it. No.
Okay.
You're right, but no.
Ikenna Aloe understood strategy from a young age. Oh, Nigerian? Light skin for Nigerian. As a child in Nigeria, he excelled at chess, quickly surpassing his teachers.
Yeah, did he? Fuck you.
Well, okay, to be fair, Nigeria has a history of having super fucking smart people come from there. So, okay, fine. He grew strong.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They out-earn every other group of people in the United States right now, Nigerians. He grew
Wow.
strong studying Giddy Bow, martial arts, a martial battle of wits.
Is that real?
I've never heard of it. Maybe.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, let's
How
look
do you
that
spell it?
sucker up. Gidigbo. Gidigbo. Sounds interesting. Balances in
Sounds
body
like
and
it
mind.
is some type of
I cannot
martial arts.
joining the war effort as a battlefield engineer. Got it? Can't write. His work established critical supply lines across the globe. Ikenna became a grand planner, knowing when to build and when to demolish. Okay. That's cool.
Those were a letdown compared to previous ones.
There's no going into the future for any of these operators, unfortunately, but they look fine, I guess. Callum's got the beard. It's an interesting weapon blueprint.
Callum looks like utter dog shit. I hate him. I really just despise him. All of them are terrible, actually.
He's real,
All of them are terrible, and
European.
here's why: we haven't had a good operator since Modern Warfare 2019, which is the most exciting thing about Modern Warfare 2 is operators that don't look like complete and utter dog shit.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So there you go. And that is that. So Vanguard. Overall thoughts, Tanner.
Is that it? Oh,
Yep, that's it.
I guess there's my overall thoughts, because I swear to God, I thought there was a bunch more. There's my thoughts. Is that it? There we go. I'm excited for zombies. Nothing else matters to Vanguard at the point. There's really nothing left to complain about.
I completely agree. I'm excited for zombies and the weapons I'm excited for because I play Warzone, but not because they're going to be in Vanguard. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how those go as well.
Yeah.
Next, now, a couple other news items. So that's it for Season 4. So far, we will have patch notes soon. And that comes out on the 22nd. On Wednesday. So by Thursday, by the time we might do our next news pod. We might do it early. We might do it not on Thursday next week. I don't know yet.
That may be better Wednesday or something, Wednesday night.
We're going to decide on Monday. So keep your eyes on the Twitter at the Dropshot Pod. Or you can just click on the viral fucking tweet that is on your timeline, because we got
a viral fucking
40,000 plus views on a 1-minute clip. Workouts. So yeah, keep your eyes on that. We will be posting our weekly schedule there for next week, because we might change up the schedule next week as well. But now on to a couple other news items. First, here we have a Ricochet blog post. I have not looked at this yet. Have you, Tanner?
I haven't either, so I don't know what's going to be new or interesting here.
So this is an anti-cheat Ricochet progress report Q&A. Okay.
I would just get down to the damage shield, because they're kind of been like talking about things that I don't think they've really talked about before.
Yeah. So why do I still encounter cheaters? They say anti-cheat solutions work like antivirus software. So yeah, basically it's like there's a new virus every day. The antivirus updates, so it accounts for the new viruses. This all makes sense. What we're getting better at is the speed at which we can recognize when players are doing things they shouldn't be doing. When a bad actor is detected, we hit them with something from our mitigation toolbox, or all of them at once if we're feeling spicy.
What? Wait,
that implies that there's some guy pressing buttons and it's not automatic, right?
And that would almost make sense, because a lot of these big streamers, you see they'll start getting shot at by cheaters and they'll get banned right then, and you'll see them in the chat log in game saying they were kicked for that reason or whatever. It says something about they were kicked for something.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. When a bad actor is detected, we analyze the data from the machine determined to be cheating. This is one of the many ways we can understand new bad behaviors and work to protect our games. So that implies that the kernel level anti-cheat is really a kernel level detection software, and it requires an actual guy or girl or person to press the ban button or the damage clamp button, which is annoying.
That can't be the case, though.
Analyze the data and auto ban the guy. And you can work, and when you get to the office tomorrow, you can analyze if you should reverse the ban. Should be a ban first policy. But with that said, I have not seen many cheaters lately. So
no, not at all. It's been the best it's been since like Warzone launched, and early on there was nothing.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. What other questions do we have here? We've already learned why they do the mitigations, right?
There was something new in here. Forget what it was. It talks about the damage clamp, which basically does no damage to you. We've seen that. Have they talked about cloaking publicly?
Yes, we talked about that. That's where you like go invisible, your own personal ghost.
Okay, then it's disarm they haven't talked about.
So yeah, they have these mitigation strategies.
Yes.
One of the new ones we haven't heard about is disarm. So today we're sharing another technique, disarm. Like the name implies, when cheaters are detected, we simply take their weapons away from them, including their fists. We don't expect many clips of this to find their way online, but we have seen it in action, and the reactions from cheaters are always priceless. I wish they would have linked one. That's so fucking funny. So that's cool. That's funny. So if you see some guy who can't even swing his fists at you, maybe he's a cheater. So here's a graph that's showing matches with mitigations and matches with cheater reports. And you can see that there's an inverse relationship. The more mitigations there are, the fewer cheaters are reported, which would imply that the fewer cheaters there are, which I think is a fair assumption. Now, another thing that this implies is that there exist matches without mitigations. Why are we doing that? You know? Hey, give my matches mitigations, please. Now, obviously, they're doing this to continue to collect data and shit, which I guess is fair, but this is an interesting graph, and I'm not surprised by it. Did they just scribble on a graph and make this up? Definitely possible. But I could also see this making sense. So
I think this explains it. The aim for the mitigations is to keep cheaters in-game to analyze their data while reducing the ability to impact the legitimate player's experience. The data above, blah, blah. So basically, like we've talked about, a lot of times they let the cheaters continue to play so they can analyze what's going on and then, I guess you could say, seal off that type of cheat.
Is. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's definitely working. We talked a lot of shit about Ricochet when it launched because it didn't work very well, and they did say it would get better over time, and they were absolutely right. It continues to get better.
Indeed. And then there's another little sentence here which is very interesting. We have other mitigations that we'll likely spill the beans on in the future. Some are active now, some are in development. Beyond its mission to combat unfair play, we have a second, somewhat secret mission to annoy as many cheaters. Oh, never mind. That is the secret mission, to annoy as many cheaters as we can. Okay, never mind. So yeah, there you go. Where do you go for mitigations? What about bans? Team Ricochet issues bans daily for several reasons, and often in large waves. Okay. Since our previous update, we have issued another 180,000 bans across Warzone and Vanguard combined. Okay.
Their previous update, by the way, was only 2 months ago.
That's a lot of accounts.
180,000 bans in 2 months?
It's a lot of accounts, yeah, for sure. Something. So.
Sounds like more than ever.
It's a lot.
Remember they would do a ban wave of like 50,000 they would claim?
Yeah, true. Good point. Yeah, but they're including Vanguard, so maybe that's part of it. Because there's probably
Vanguard
a lot of cheaters
for
in
5 of
play.
those.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's true. Also, I bet thousands of these are like unlock tool kids because there was an unlock tool ban wave recently. Remember that? That was probably about a couple months ago.
Bjorn again, yeah. Now it's Rebjorn again.
Rebjorn, yeah.
He's so fucking funny. So what can we expect when Warzone 2.0 launches? It'll be active on day 1. Ricochet continues to get smarter and better as time progresses, which I believe. Will you encounter cheaters? Sadly, perhaps yes, but we're working endlessly to be faster and better to get them out of the game and let you focus on fun. Okay, so not much there, but I mean, I agree. Cheaters are less and less of a problem as time goes on, and I'm happy with how Ricochet is working, all things considered. But there's still probably so many wallers, which is annoying. So, moving on. Next here, we have a tweet. Tanner, take it away.
I didn't put this here. This is yours.
Xbox executives, and that's what I said. State to IGN, when the Activision Blizzard acquisition closes, they will not make games with large communities on other platforms exclusive to Xbox. In other words, there were some questions when this acquisition was being talked about of Microsoft acquiring Activision, that they might make COD Xbox exclusive. Here, Microsoft is confirming they will not be doing that, which is not surprising, and we told you that. And they're also saying that they want to bring as many Activision Blizzard titles to Game Pass as fast as they can once the deal closes. So not only will Call of Duty not be Microsoft or Xbox exclusive, but also they're going to be bringing as many Activision Blizzard titles to Game Pass as they can, as fast as they can, potentially including some kind of Call of Duty experience, which would make sense, I think. You let people play multiplayer for a month, and then you take it off Game Pass, and then maybe they liked it enough to like want to buy it now.
Has COD ever been on Game Pass? I guess it hasn't, huh?
Doubt it. I would doubt it, but I don't know for sure. So there you go. This was like a week ago, but we didn't talk about it last week because we didn't have a podcast. Or no, we did. Whatever. There you go. Now, on to some fun and exciting big company dog shit sponsored drama, which is very unsurprising for Tanner and I. I don't know anything about this other than G Fuel's in trouble. So Tanner, what's the sitch?
It's all it's all happening as we speak.
It's all happening, dude. Breaking
It's all
news.
over the place. So G Fuel, this is from Jake Lucky, who's the
CEO
video
of G
game
Fuel.
news drama guy. Today, G Fuel fired 7 of their partner/talent managers without warning. The employees were told it was part of a restructuring for the company, although it comes a day after a higher up in the company is alleged of using a derogatory slur while in a team-wide call. I didn't know that.
Slur?
I didn't see about that. I don't
wonder.
know. Good question. The individual is also accused of calling team members lazy motherfuckers. I'm speaking with some of them now, but many wish to not hurt their future opportunities. And then also G Fuel was live earlier doing like a giveaway or doing something on Twitch.
No.
And everyone in chat was like asking questions, like not even being like rude, being like, what's going on with this? And they were all getting insta banned from chat.
Holy shit.
Along with firing managers, they've also removed some partners, and now many more are wanting to leave with the ongoing drama, which is true. You can search G Fuel on Twitter right now. You'll see a list of people saying officially parting ways with G Fuel. I don't want to be affiliated with a company that treats their employees this way, that are harassed by a CEO or whoever it was, blah, blah. Including one guy that I guess plays for the Packers in the NFL.
Whoa.
I guess he was signed with G Fuel. He does video game shit too, but I guess he was signed with them, and he's like, yeah, I'm done. Let me see what this guy's name is. I don't know football gamers, so. Kurt Benkert. He's a foosball player from what I gather.
Yeah, Kurt, dude, he plays football.
He's insane. He's good at catching them balls, I think. From what I've heard, he's a big ball catcher.
Yeah.
So Kurt sent in his request for immediate release, blah, blah. A lot of people are saying that now. T-Hump, friend of the pod. So we've talked about this before with G Fuel. He says, quote, this dog shit company tried to offer me a below average deal to sign with them because, quote, I was a brand risk. Then go and do shit like this. Hypocritical fucks, 99% of you, weirdo past G Fuel injury. So we talked about this long time ago.
So did he end up signing with them for a dog shit deal, or did he say no?
He never did. Him and his girlfriend both were offered deals from them, and she talked shit about it too. Kind of the same thing. I remember a long time ago we talked about this. She's like, they're a joke. So she said G Fuel, a company that exploits content creators into selling their multi-level marketing-like product. Exactly.
True.
She described it briefly. For a measly percentage of the profit is corrupt. Yes, I did say exploit because if you aren't getting paid up front for the product you're promoting, you're being taken advantage of. And we have an entire Patreon episode talking about this.
Yes, we do.
I don't remember if that was a behind-the-scenes episode. Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it is.
I think it was, but
on Patreon somewhere. Yeah.
We talked about that. We said these companies that just want you to do ad reads for a percentage of something, absolute scam. I don't think any more highly of you if you're sponsored by G Fuel. In fact, if you're a small content creator, I literally probably think less of you because I know you don't know any better, and that's sad and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Clear as day, we've said this always. You can obviously tell G Fuel is a dog shit, shady company. You shouldn't be partnered with them. And it's apparently just so hard to figure out for people. I don't know, man.
Though, yeah.
We've been saying this for how long? I don't care if G Fuel came to us and offered us a sponsorship right now. I'd be, of course not. I don't want to be fucking affiliated with your dog shit company.
Yep.
So yeah, that's going bonkers.
So fucking funny.
I don't think this will end up being like an artisan build situation, but I think we're going to continue to see more of this. That guy, Wacky too. Ghost Wacky, Jackie Wacky.
Yeah.
You know that guy,
so
content
this
creator.
last tweet is where I have a real problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
So he posted something, after a long 2 years, I decided to end my partnership with G Fuel, blah, blah. His last thing though, like you said, also not to mention G Fuel still owes me around $700 for TikTok videos I did for them. Kinda over that now, but figured I would also throw that in on the pile of shit. Classic.
Yep.
Classic. Of course they do.
Yep.
Dog shit, trash, shady companies. Most of them are. If you see an energy drink supplement that's sponsoring someone in video games, they're probably a piece of shit company.
Well, maybe.
If I had to guess, I think most of them really probably are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow, they're ripping people off and not paying them. Absolutely shocking, man. $700 though, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of scratch.
It's also crazy he would say kind of over that now. Like $700? I'd be losing my fucking mind. He'd be like, are you guys kidding me, you pieces of shit?
Yeah,
700.
That's a problem.
That's not just like $50. $700 is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how these companies work. They sponsor a bunch of people. They give you a percentage of their profit. Once you hit $500 or whatever sold, they'll give you 10
Which
cents.
you'll never get.
And then you'll have to reach a minimum payout of $100, $50, and you'll never reach that.
Yep.
So you'll do ad reads. Like, obviously, for the big guys, this is not the case. Big content creators are getting big money from G Fuel. I'm sure Nick Merckx, whoever's sponsored by them, I don't know who is, but they're getting actual cash. These smaller guys are not. They're just you're advertising for G Fuel for essentially fucking nothing.
Yeah, I wonder if those really big guys are getting out, like Swag, Nick Merckx. I'm sure all of them.
Of course not. Those guys only care about money. None of them are going anywhere. Yeah, no, of course not.
I don't know if I would either. They're probably getting so much goddamn money.
Yeah, they all act like they care about anyone and love everyone, want them to be treated. But once it comes to them losing their sponsorship cash, of course they're not going to fucking care.
Well,
no, they're all going to keep those sponsorships.
I like Swag and Nick Merckx, so let the record show that. Yeah, so here's what I'll say. So this started with, okay, because like Jake Lucky said, a higher up in the company is alleged of using a derogatory slur whilst in a team-wide call. Okay. Now, there's also something. Oh, okay, it's different. The individual is also accused of calling team members lazy motherfuckers. Let me be clear. If you work somewhere and you are on a team of 10 people and you guys have a team lead and you all jump in a Zoom call and your team lead calls you guys lazy motherfuckers, hey, relax. Not that big of a deal. I mean, come on, guys. You have like an ounce of thick skin. That shit doesn't matter, dude. I've been called worse at jobs before. I don't care. It's not that big of a deal. So if everyone's losing their mind primarily because a fucking team lead called their team, and not like one guy. If you're like shouting at one guy, like, you lazy motherfucker, like, okay, maybe. Even then, maybe not, but maybe. But like, this is not a big deal. I would never dissociate myself with a company if all they did was call someone a lazy motherfucker, some employee a lazy motherfucker. We need to relax. Not a big deal. Calling people slurs, your employees slurs, okay. Now that's not good. You can't do that. That's rude, and I would leave over that. That I understand. Definitely. Firing 7 of your partner talent managers without warning. That sucks, but every company does this all the time.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Again,
yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for those people. It would be better if the company had warned them, but companies usually aren't going to do that because then they say, hey, we have to let you go in 2 weeks. You know why companies don't do that? Is because they say, oh, fuck you, man, and then sabotage your company from the inside for 2 weeks, or just not do anything. There's a reason companies do that, and it sucks, but there's not really a way around it. And companies have to let people go sometimes. I don't think that's that big of a deal either. But not paying people money you owe them, especially hundreds of dollars, that's arguably the worst part of this. That and the slurs are like reasonable causes to like dissociate yourself with this company. And
exactly.
It's not surprising at all to me.
But, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. But that sucks. And I'm not, again, as Tanner said, I am the least bit surprised by this. Because good companies do not offer you fucking promo codes when you average 2 viewers on Twitch that you will never see a dime on.
No.
Good companies don't do that. They don't reach out to people that they know they'll never have to pay for sponsorships. It is exploitative, I would say. It's not the end of the world, but it's an exploitative thing to do. Because you're never going to make money. Just getting free advertisement.
This is the best tweet I've seen on the whole thing. I was trying to find more, so I searched G Fuel on Twitter. Came across this guy's tweet. We'll never understand people who bought G Fuel in the first place. Just drink coffee. It's better than an energy drink, you child. Absolutely agree.
And we've been saying that for so long.
Drink coffee. Yeah. Grow the fuck up. If you're 17 and below, ignore that. You can drink G Fuel. You're a dumb child. Yeah. If you're above that, be an adult. Stop drinking energy drinks. Grow the fuck up.
I couldn't agree more.
I mean, it's embarrassing.
I could not agree more.
I hate adults that drink energy drinks. I can't stand you. Don't go to the gas station and get an energy drink. Get over it.
They all taste dog shit. They all taste terrible.
None of them taste good.
Not only do they not taste good, they're bad. They taste bad. They suck. They taste
and they make
trash.
you feel like shit.
Yeah.
There's not an energy drink that doesn't make you feel like shit.
Yeah, there's just way too much caffeine in them. Yeah. I just couldn't agree more.
Oh my god. Yeah, I despise it. And they're overpriced and ridiculous.
Dude, all it is caffeine, and they add like artificial like sweetener and flavor to it. Yeah. And like literally drink coffee. You could drink 100 cups of coffee for the price of 1 fucking scoop of G Fuel. And it
grow the fuck up.
And then the coffee has way more caffeine anyway. It's so insane. Yeah, grow the fuck up. I totally agree. So
yep.
So shout out to G Fuel. Yeah, go see if your favorite huge content creator who is probably sponsored by G Fuel said a single thing about it. I suspect they didn't. But they're making so much money that I don't even blame them. Depending on what kind of slurs we're working with, I guess. That's a joke. Relax. But anyways, yeah, no, that's pretty funny. But there you go. Other than that, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Quick reminder. I can now see iTunes reviews again. I figured it out. And the last time I called for some iTunes reviews, we got a lot of them. Thanks, and I appreciate it. We will be reading them, but not today because I'm hungry and I'm hot and I'm done. So keep leaving those iTunes reviews. They help a lot. If you rate the podcast 5 stars or more on iTunes and write a review, we will probably read it.
Maybe. So we may read it.
So leave those reviews. They help a lot. And for the batch of you that did last time, thank you. And we will read those at a time that's not now as well. So we haven't forgotten and we appreciate it. Someone said like, Raz said to write a review, so I wrote a review. And I was like, that's the best review we could get. So shout out to you, and I'll come back to you. I'll read it again. I'll give you your due time, sir or madam. Probably sir.
Yeah, definitely sir.
All right. Other than that, patreon.com/thedropshot. It's the best way to support the program. 7 bonus episodes a month. Keep your eyes on the Twitter for the events this week for the pod. We might be changing up some times. And also, thedropshot.com is where you can find links to everything. The YouTube, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Patreon. It's all there. That is it. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble and fuck G Fuel.
Stay super humble. The most humble possible, yeah.
And grow up.
Grow up. Drink coffee. Grow up.